A few months ago, Nico Gabrielli had the privilege of celebrating 20 years as a nurse at Diggs General Hospital. He and his co-workers had dinner and drinks, mostly drinks, at his second favorite restaurant. His favorite spot was too crowded to accommodate the group that day. It was always interesting how they would start out talking about family and other things outside of work. Inevitably, they would land on complaints and absurdities of their on-the-job experiences. Even copious amounts of liquor couldn't dissuade them from talking about work. Over the course of 2 decades, Nico had seen it all, or at least he thought. He saw the evolution of his early years when patients frequently asked if he was a doctor, despite the large bold RN on his highly visible badge. Halfway through that second decade, the general consensus shifted to yes, male nurses are a thing. Nico had worked in pretty much every hospital department over the years. To the surprise of his colleagues, he enjoyed working as a floor nurse the most. He wasn't concerned about moving up the management ranks or becoming a practitioner. Staying in that position for the remainder of his career was perfectly fine with him. He didn't have kids and had invested his money well, so he could feasibly see the next major celebration with his coworkers being a retirement party. As far as seeing it all, no one could have convinced Nico otherwise. He was on the scene when an ER patient was having 10 AA batteries removed from his stomach. It wasn't a child. Another incident involved a young couple brought in, after drinking hand sanitizer to cure an STD they had unwittingly transferred to their mouths. Even those outlandish stories would pale in comparison to what he encountered one chilly day in February. While restocking his cart, he overheard a friend named Jill talking to a younger nurse about car accident victims being transferred from the ER to intensive care. One was a male driver who was in critical condition after sustaining a traumatic head injury. 2 others were a woman and her son whose SUV was hit head-on by the man's sedan. They were both in critical condition, in and out of consciousness. Nico had seen more victims of vehicle crashes than he cared to recall. What piqued his interest in this particular case was the condition of the 4th victim. Inside the trunk of the vehicle driven by the man was a round package wrapped in newspaper, plastic bags, and duct tape. Within the package was a human head. This head occupied a room several doors down from the unconscious male driver. Connected to various tubes and monitors, it was very much alive. Nico couldn't help but insert himself into the conversation after hearing this.